then once we get done with our 6, I've got some other ones in mind, but I want to get done with the lock and key ones first.
Well, it's just funny because both times I've tried to get you to do lock and key, you're literally doing it on rundown. It's so funny.
Okay, fair. That's fair. We need. Yes.
No, it's not you. It's just funny.
October makes perfect sense for that.
Yeah. Hey, we're live.
We are.
Yeah, I hit the button. We had to go live.
Did you tweet the followers? Did you tweet the followers?
I did. I tweeted it out.
We've got followers.
I got everything done correctly tonight. Yeah. So
we've got followers to appease.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Welcome back, everybody. This is Mark 81 of the Super Civil Servants podcast. My name is Greg, and quack, 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 quack. Oh, y'all gonna do it?
Caught me off guard. You caught me off guard for a second.
No motivation. Okay, I got you. Anyway,
ducks fly together.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got some stuff to talk about tonight. Some Snyder stuff, some Wandavision, some Transformers, a little bit of Mighty Ducks, but and a great group of people with us to do it. So with me as always, my co-host Nathan. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, Greg. Ready to enjoy my Friday evening with you gentlemen.
I hear you, man. Always a fun time. Chris, what's up, buddy?
I'm here. I've seen some things.
Yeah.
And the things have seen me back. And I sometimes wonder, am I the one who knocks or the thing that goes bump in the night?
Good question.
Yeah.
Joe's here too. What's up, Joe?
Not much. I'm here to do my job. I had a job to do, and I did that job. Knocked out banks. What I did.
Business is good.
Hey, we got some references.
Since we don't have that much, can I stomp everything down right out of the gate and just offer something? Because I want you guys' opinions on it.
Sure.
We've all seen the Superman Lois trailer, right?
Yes.
We've all seen the Superman, and we know that they have two. He's got like 2 teenage boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I was wondering, what do you guys think? Because as far as I know, we don't know if either one or if both of them have powers. But I was wondering, like, are they? Do you think maybe they're going to do one of them is kind of like Superboy, and the other one has got more Lois in him, so like investigate him in brains and is human, and they're going to put their own spin on the Super Sons, and since they don't have Damian, they're just going to use both of Clark's sons. So like one power, basically one, and like where he'd have to be like Steel. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of like John Henry, maybe gets a steel suit to go out and help like Superboy. I don't know. Like I was just thinking about it. I was like, what an interesting dynamic. That if like one of the kids is actually powered just like dad, but the other one's got the brains like mom. Like you could almost do your. I don't know. Just what do you guys think?
I would think that's a strong possibility just because with the 2 sons, the thing most of us jump to is Super Sons and Tomasi's run. I think what's fascinating to me, and you see it in the trailer, but they released the synopsis for the first episode yesterday.
I didn't see that.
And when I read it just a little bit before we went live, and I find it fascinating that they don't know that Clark's Superman.
Yes,
that's the most. I think that's the most fascinating part of that trailer is we know Superman. We've seen Superman. You're not Superman, and I love how they've got him grizzled in the sense of like he's not clean shaven. He looks like he's post crisis things like that. He lost their jobs and things like that. He's had to go home. It's going to be a very. This was a series that I was wondering what direction they were going to be taking, with the show. And I'm more fascinated. This is probably my most anticipated show right now of the year to see exactly what's going on.
Wow.
Because there's not much that's out there yet.
I'm intrigued. So. No, I quit watching the CW except for Stargirl now because that kind of got rolled in after the fact, whatever. Because I will watch the next season of Stargirl.
Stargirl's good.
First one so much. But like this for like the CW, like I said, I used to love the Flash. I used to love Arrow, even Legends, all that stuff. And eventually I fell out. Supergirl, Batwoman, all it wasn't for me. But for whatever reason, seeing that trailer, I went like I perked my ears up and I went, all right, I'm gonna at least give it 3 episodes. I'm gonna give it 3 episodes to see what it's got. And if it's not for me after that, I'll step back and let people who enjoy it like I did with the rest of the CW. You know what I mean?
Well, how about anyone notice the color grading of the filming on that?
Yes.
Anyone get a little bit of Man of Steel influence on that?
Nah.
Even a little bit of the like I maybe it was just my imagination and maybe it was the color grading, but I even thought they tried to imitate the cape porn a little bit. And that one scene where it's kind of like flat, you know what I'm saying, where he's up there kind of stoic and it kind of flat. I went, oh, are they trying to do like the Zack Snyder cape stuff? Because everybody knows Zack Snyder makes the best billowing capes in this.
I was gonna say it's perfect. Why
You know what I
would
mean?
you
I'm
want
just
to imitate it?
saying.
You know, perfect.
Yeah, get all the fanboys, Snyder fanboys attached to it.
Mhm.
I mean,
And,
I'm right there with
It
you, Nick.
worked.
I'll watch it,
It worked.
but it's going to be a minute. Like similar to the last couple, I would watch them. Like with this last season, I watched up till Crisis, and I dropped off, and I finally finished
Right.
it probably in December. I finished catching up on everything, but it's just I'm right there with you. They haven't really been keeping my attention. This looks exciting. Stargirl was amazing, so I'll be watching that.
How do you feel about
Batwoman,
that?
Gotta find a standard bearer because all the big shows are leading. So I mean, obviously,
exactly. The Batwoman hasn't been bad so far, but I've only watched the first two. I still haven't watched this week's. I've just been too busy.
Living
And I
vicariously
heard
through
good
Greg
things
and
about it,
Travis on Batwoman because I listened to their guys. I listened to them review it, and so far I haven't heard anything that's made me go, "I gotta see that." But I'm listening because maybe like
right now
episode
it's just
6,
a casual
Greg
watch.
will be like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest!" And I'm like, "All right, I need to watch episode 6." You know, I'm waiting.
But I do want to catch. I do want to see the end of Flash, what it was supposed to be.
You got another year waiting for that thing to go down. So
I'm betting he's not fast enough.
I meant
until
the
he is
last
fast
season.
enough.
I meant of course.
Oh yeah, well, why would you put yourself through that torture? Don't do it.
Just because I had to. Whatever. It's what it is.
Well,
I don't know. I was just wondering. I know that was a side tangent right out of the gate, but it was something I thought about. I even text Travis because I was like, "Ooh, I just want to know what people's thoughts on this are." Because I don't know why it popped in my head, but it popped in.
Was he supposed to be on here to debunk a lot of the hockey stuff?
Well,
I'm calling you out, Travis. You watching? Come on, bring it on.
He's watching right now. He's just listening over there, going, "F these guys. My girlfriend's more important. I hate them."
I don't blame him. Mine is too, but she's asleep. So
yeah,
I understand.
Wife's at work. So there you go.
Your girlfriend's at work. What's your wife think of that?
She loves it. She works with it.
I was like, shit, Greg. I mean, I'm
no, anyway, got us on a little tangent there. Nathan likes to break the rules. We didn't.
I'm sorry.
He just went into. Let's talk about this. I don't want to do it.
Start out strong.
We don't have many topics, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to throw it in there while it was on my mind.
Hey, there's no structure here, buddy. We just,
He's super excited. He's got a big book.
Giant. Look, anybody that's watching YouTube, this thing is obnoxiously big. It's gorgeous because it's Jim Lee, but
for those that are
by the bargain bin, and he loves it, and because it's his size and he can damn near fit inside the book, it's so big. And I'm gonna enjoy reading
XXL Jim
Hey, well,
Lee.
you watched that 2 X's, not 3.
Not gonna lie.
But
I've never read any Jim Lee Marvel at all, so I'm so fascinated. Like I'm ready to get into this.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't think I've read any Jim Lee Marvel anyway. Okay, maybe something in this will refresh me, but I don't think I ever have. So
I've probably thumbed through it at some point in time. I don't think I've ever actually read it.
Him, Lee, and Claremont, even though it was only a short-lived thing, it's just so good.
You guys, oh man, where's Travis at when I need him? But do you guys remember Jim Lee's Wildcats, the TV show, the animated series? Yeah, can we get a Blu-ray of this, or can it get on HBO Max or something? Like, let's rematch it. No, was it on the level of X-Men the animated series? Absolutely not. Did they try to imitate it? Absolutely. Did they do a good enough job? I would watch all 12 to 13 episodes. Absolutely. Let's get that remastered and put on there. Yeah.
Greg, you better slip in those plugs before he goes off on another tangent.
That's right. Oh shit, we didn't even get. I totally didn't get the plugs or nothing. I derailed it all out of the way.
Anyway, we are part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance Network, which you can find us 7 days a week, doing shows anywhere from World's Finest True Believers, DC Alliance Podcast, Marvel Alliance Podcast, Star Wars Alliance Podcast, Ranger Alliance Podcast, Slice of Film, Super Civil Servant, Superhero Discussions, Weird Science, Marvel, and DC Comics. We've got it all covered 7 days a week. Just check us out. The link in the show notes here, and you can find all of it. Or check out at Geek Ultimate Alliance Network on Twitter, and you can find everything. We also have a Patreon tier. It's a 2-tier or Patreon account, 2 tiers.
Almost, Greg.
Almost. I almost got there, man. I was so
almost.
Close.
We call them the patrons.
Yeah. Yes. There's a $1 tier, which is tip jar. We appreciate it. You help us keep the lights on. We really thank everybody who donates to that. And there's a $5 tier in which you can get ad-free early and exclusive Patreon episodes. So check it out. We appreciate everybody who supports us. And that's the plugs. Oh, wait, Nathan. Ad-supported network. There'll be a couple of ads in this network. So
absolutely. And we appreciate everybody listening and going through the same ad that plays 4 times in a row. We apologize. We have no control over that. We prefer it didn't do that, but it just does sometimes.
I'm getting Geico.
Lots of Geico.
And Progressive. Yep.
Yes.
Flow is awesome.
Hasn't been Flow. It's
Flow.
been like other ones. Had been the McDonald's, like the dad wanting the kids to go to breakfast.
I got that one the other day. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I got an alarm going off in here. Hang on one
Oh,
second.
no.
Let me get you
Is someone stealing you?
Uh-oh. That's
No,
not
Greg's
Oh,
disappeared.
is
Really
that
good
the
one.
fire alarm?
All
Fire
right.
alarm said,
Well,
we
how
got
about-
more
how-
tangents.
Here we go.
All right, who wants to go? Quick! Don't say
Oh, no, he's
anything.
back.
I
Damn
swear,
it.
having one of those things, man, makes me feel so misogynistic because I'll be like, I get so mad. I'll be like, hey, stop, bitch. Like, it's so irritating sometimes.
Was that ring?
No, the Echo Dot.
Alexa?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Echo.
I don't want to say the name because I don't want to turn it back on again, you know?
You
But,
call her a bitch? You got a program to respond to bitch?
Oh, dude, I talk so much trash to her sometimes.
Is this
man.
Jesse Pinkman?
It makes
Hey,
me
yo,
feel so
bitch.
bad.
when I okay, another quick tangent. My old
Sure,
job,
sure.
I used to work at Payne's Northern. We had a automated system where it would tell you what you had to grab to put on the pallet. So I changed the wording to where instead of Talkman, which is what it was, I would say bitch, shut up. So it would be Talkman, shut down. They'd be like, bitch, shut up. I was like 20. I was young. I was dumb.
We get it.
Yeah. I don't work there anymore.
Yeah, man.
Thank
We all
God.
do young dumb stuff at 20, you know.
I do young dumb stuff at
there's a-
36.
I'll say there's a reason why
I mean,
my emails buttered nuts 2010 because yeah,
I like buttered stuff.
there you go.
I was dumb, 20 years old, like didn't think.
Yeah.
Very true.
It
We all were,
happens.
like he says.
Fucking.
All
That's
right,
no excuse for 20-year-olds now to be assholes though and be dumb. All right, be better than us.
kind of is, but not really.
Be better than
Anyway.
us.
Yes,
I'm
there
trying
you
to
go.
teach my
You
kids
gotta-
better than me. Yeah.
Right.
Not
All
working
right,
so
so
far.
Greg, now that we've thoroughly derailed the first 20 minutes of the show, we can
That's
go ahead and get back
fine.
on
That's all right.
track.
We're having fun. Well,
Mhm.
Nathan, start us off then, man. We have some news. We'll get you with the Star Wars news since you're the Star Wars guy here.
Sure.
Ewan McGregor and the confirmation of the Obi-Wan. Well, it's already been confirmed, Obi-Wan series, but we got a date, didn't we? Or we got not a date. They said they were going to start production this year.
Let's go. Did it say? Well, now you got me
What
guessing.
said.
But didn't it say going in front of cameras, or like didn't it say filming in late March? Right? Did I read that right? Because I read it right before we came on. I glanced. I didn't read it. I skipped through and glanced through Obi-Wan's or Obi-Wan.
I read it. I kind of saw. I saw words.
I read the headline.
There was a picture and there.
Yeah.
It had Ewan McGregor. It was close enough.
I skimmed right.
Yeah.
But I'm good. I'm glad that the COVID and all that other stuff isn't delaying it too much, that they've got their system figured out, that having that the volume or whatever they're filming it, like that really, really helps them out and makes things a lot easier, which I'm sure they're gonna have some on location shoots, but it makes it a lot easier. And I'm just glad that it's actually happening and going in. And once they start filming, that means we'll start getting behind the scenes pictures. We'll start little rollouts of who actors getting cast in the movie. We might get a hint of a legacy
Samuel
character coming
Jackson.
in. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it'd just be like that excitement, that train's gonna start rolling. You know what I mean? Just picking up speed, as you start to roll down that hill. And I'm excited for all that. I want to see the first picture of like what Ewan's gonna look like as Ben Kenobi, because he's not Obi-Wan anymore. He's Ben. You know what I mean? He's old man Ben. And I just want to see like
He's
how
just a
close to
crazy
Alec
old
Guinness to
wizard.
it. Yeah, like how close to, because
Well,
he kind of looks like Alec Guinness now, and he did a really good job in the prequels of imitating his mannerisms and like his, I can't wait. I want to see it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
New Star Wars, especially with shows, they're knocking it out of the park with the shows. I feel so. All the Star Wars shows I've seen lately, and this is going to be loosely connected to everything in this universe, right? With the
Oh,
show.
it's not loosely.
No,
It's
it's
Star Wars. It's all
connected.
connected,
I mean, it's
brother. That's
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
books,
so-
comics, animation, games, movies. It's all connected.
It's true.
Don't you
all
love
of
the
it.
world we live in? Now everything in every
Mhm.
world is all connected. I love it. Except for Spider-Man, it's still kind of weird. That's the
It's
only
work-
sticky
it's
part of
getting there.
everything. It's getting there. It's getting
He's
there.
getting there.
Yeah.
According
He's
to
got
the
the webs,
Morbius.
man. The webs are connecting it.
Actually, technically,
Morbius
Spider-Man
and
will be
Venom.
more connected than everybody else because he's like across different, production studios and stuff. So,
Shh, they don't want to talk you talking about that.
oh, sorry.
Feige will listen and come after you.
Maybe.
Possible. But yeah, man, Star Wars. Any thoughts about it?
Do
Once cameras start rolling, I'll really start believing it.
It's been in what 3 years? Oh yeah, we're getting it.
I mean, I want to know because it was like we knew it was only going to be a mini series to begin with. We knew that, but then it got trimmed down from, was it now possibly 4 to 6 episodes?
6, I want to say 6. Yeah,
6 sounds about right.
Yeah, because it used to be I think 9 to 10, and then they trimmed it back, and there was script. They basically threw out the script and starting from scratch again. So
here we go.
Just start rolling cameras, please. I want to believe it. Kind of like the Flash.
That's good. I think I have a real strong suspicion that I have no idea why, but I really think Jar Jar will appear in this thing. I think we do see the return of the Binks, like full-on Binks.
Darth Jar Jar.
I would love Darth Jar Jar, but I don't think we're gonna get that because I mean, I don't think we're gonna get that, but I would love it because I am a believer in the Darth Jar Jar theory, and that
kind of falls apart when you see him in the books, in the Aftermath books. No. So, and he's kind of
F that guy who wrote them. What was that? Wendig?
Well, those are good books.
F that guy.
I found the article I was looking for. Late spring.
Okay.
Was what March, this is. Right? Late spring this year. Yeah, it's on StarWarsNet.com. So, but it was in the group chat, so I trust it. Just have to scroll up a little bit. It was in the group chat, so I trust it. But yeah, it says let me give some. McGregor stated the debunking all the reports, production websites that May Rounds series is filming in January, but in Boston in January. Oh, he's debunking theory.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
that's not late spring.
Yeah.
Back in town.
Up in Boston.
So I guess that's what this article was about. Let's see, there's a tweet about it right here, and it's talking about nothing about what I understand about this. So no, yeah. Ewan McGregor. I'm ready for seeing him as Obi-Wan.
Me too.
I'm very excited to see another showdown between the two. Him and Vader.
Liam Neeson was asked like what he thought about it and stuff, and like he almost like God love you, Liam, but you can tell you're getting up there because he almost meant, they're still doing Star Wars, and like he was like, it's interesting, it's kind of fading, like he thought it was kind of fading and stuff, but yeah, if they call me, I'll be in it, like just as like I love Liam, like come on, I love you, man, I love you, but you got to stop talking sometimes.
Hey,
just stop it.
Apparently, he's getting ready to. He's done with pretty much action movies and getting ready to try to take his role in comedy.
I heard, and I am.
He's done with action. I think he's one more, and that's it.
I say he didn't do a good job with the comedy on the Men in Black International.
Well, that movie had other issues besides that.
Well, yes.
Isn't it going to be the Airplane remake, right, or is it the Naked Gun? Which
Naked
one?
Gun. Naked Gun. Yeah.
Now I would
the Naked
Gun okay with him in a Naked Gun remake.
Seth MacFarlane. And he wants Liam Neeson to be his straight man.
But see, that's the really interesting thing. Liam Neeson was not known for comedy; he was drama, and so him doing these series, Leslie Nielsen.
You said Liam Neeson.
Yeah, sorry, Liam Neeson. Leslie Nielsen, yes, known for drama, and the straight man. So when he started doing Files from Police Squad and Airplane,
dude, that's
what made his comedy land so well because he did such deadpan humor. And so I think Liam has a good possibility of doing that. So
Leslie played it so straight. That was the best part of it because everybody else, you know what I mean? He's like, it's just normal common practice. The shit he's saying to people. Oh God, I love those movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love them in I love them in the Scary Movie 3 and 4.
Yeah,
like the one scene where the aliens come down, they start peeing out of their hands or fingers, and it's like, oh yes, we too pee out of our fingers. It's like, what the
okay. Hey, he always carried around a portable fart thing in his pocket.
I believe it.
Yep, do it randomly around people.
Yeah, it's like a guy carrying around a whoopee cushion.
Yeah,
Michael Scott always carries a whoopee cushion with him. Yep, why not? Be prepared.
Remember to call me Shirley.
There you go. That works on 2 levels. With this, actually, yeah, more than that. All right, well, let's transform here. Let's go from Star Wars to Transformers. So, This just popped up in the chat right before the show started, which was awesome. So, and Joe got super excited about it. So I take it you're a huge Transformers fan. So Beast Wars, not Beast Wars, Beast Alliance.
When Chris shared this, I'm like, obviously in the chat, I'm like, don't fuck with me. Beast Wars is like my favorite. I love the G1 Transformers. I grew up watching them. But Beast Wars, I would wake up early in the morning because they came out in like early 90s. So before I would go to school, I'd watch it before I got on the bus. And
every morning. Yep.
I loved it. It was wonderful. I've got all the DVDs because it's amazing.
Me too.
And then when they transferred to the Beast Machines, I'm like, okay, it's still same guys.
I watch it. I own them, and I watch it because it's part of the story. It's part of the story.
And then I think what I liked the most was that it wrapped around and connected to the G1, especially the Beast Wars when they found the Ark.
I'd say fun fact, that was the first time I can remember my little mind exploding, being like, it's all connected,
right?
Because I saw, you know what I mean? Like, it was the Ark. Like, I remember just being like, boom.
They go in there and there's Optimus Prime just sitting there dead. It's like, what? No,
Yeah.
So having this now, obviously, I read through the article. Well, let me rephrase that. I breezed through the article.
Yeah,
and
we're on the same level. We got
it. Doesn't really say really what it is. It's connected to the Bumblebee
soft
remake universe.
Yeah, which I still haven't seen, and I want to see it.
That movie was amazing.
The best part of the best part of Bumblebee is the fucking Cybertron flashbacks. Holy shit! The director could have done a whole movie of the Cybertron because. Just look up it's like a 3-minute video of just the Cybertron stuff on YouTube. You would you know what I mean? The Transformers fan, you will go right back to a little kid and be like, oh my God, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Well, it's awesome. And then, having it be a reboot focusing on Bumblebee, just the one character and not the whole group or selection of group, I think was a smart play. Not saying that the original Transformers movies were bad, but by the time you get to last night, I'm like, I'm good. Like I watched the one previous, which I don't remember what the heck that was called, and I'm just like, I can't. Like, you guys
Extinction?
did the Dinobots bad.
Extinction.
I'm done.
Age of Extinction.
There we go.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I was like, I can't. Like, so I gave up by last night. And then
the Dinobots were my favorite part of the G1. Dinobots came on the picture. G1.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a good day for me.
Yeah.
If this is going to go ahead, Greg.
No. Good and finished. I was just going to talk about when it was coming out. Good.
I was just going to say, if this has anything to do with Beast Wars or just that universe, I'm down.
Adjacent.
I mean, it's called Beast Alliance. Yeah. Tentatively.
So didn't you point out that it was going to stay? They said in the 90s or something, which kind of makes me reluctant that they're going to do Beast Wars. But they could do their own spin and interpretation. And I'll be fine with that. Just give me Optimus Primal and Dinobot and Rat Trap and Rhinox, and you know what I mean. Give them to me.
Yes, 100% agree. Begin shooting in late spring, early summer.
Oh, okay, great.
So we should get it relatively soon, or soon. I'm hoping. And yeah, you're like you said, it's a working title of Beast Alliance, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it says film will have a flavor of a heist film that will span from Brooklyn to South America, set in the 1990s in the Bumblebee timeline.
South America, though, what if they go into like the rainforest or something, and we got Beast War? You know what I'm saying? We got the Maximals in there or something. They're holding down the rainforest. I mean, like I said, they can put their own spin and interpretation on it. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm throwing stuff out there. I just want to see them. Like I said, I just want to see.
Considering that Beast Wars took place 10,000 years
prehistoric.
Prior, but you know,
can they be the Transmetal? Can Rat Trap have wheels and Cheetor have little rockets and wings and stuff?
God.
Whatever. I don't care. I still liked it. And Optimus Prime with the surfboard, the Silver Surfer Optimus. That was cool. Come on, Silver Surfer Optimus. Come on.
Well, it says that this is supposed to be a renewed excitement for the franchise, and it promises to expand the entire franchise in bold new ways. So, interesting to see where they're going to go with this.
Like my franchise is like I like my coffee, black and bold. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Anything else you want to touch on with Transformers?
Let's hope.
When we get more news for it, I'm sure we'll be covering it.
Let's hope it goes better this time around than it did last.
Bumblebee was a good start.
Okay, not Bumblebee, but you're right. One before that, last night.
That's a good question.
We had to bring an end to the franchise somehow, and my God, they did.
What was there five movies before last night, or was last night the fifth one?
It was last night was the fifth one. Bumblebee was the sixth one.
Sixth one. Okay.
Reboot.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, we're like, that's actually pretty good, but not many people saw it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They've fallen off. Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld did an amazing job. I'm actually looking forward to her being Hawkeye.
You made me want to go watch this now.
So
hey, Amazon Prime.
That's Haley Steinfeld.
Amazon
Prime. Is it on Prime? I thought it was on HBO, but yeah, it's on. I knew it was on one of them.
Sometimes they share. Yeah. You know, you might even find it on Hulu. Maybe Netflix. Maybe Cracked.
I just Google.
Just try them all. Why not? Right?
This at? Yeah. Where can I
subscribe to all of them? Hey, Peacock. Let's try that.
Oh, the cock. That's got so much, guys. So much.
I'll say I got Peacock
and for free.
TV.
For free.
Just free cock.
For free.
As much as
Yep.
Oh, stupid.
I fall asleep to it almost every night now. Actually, I think about it. Watching The Office.
I'm sure you do.
I recommend Code Monkeys on Peacock. That's fun.
Code Monkey. Did you say you had the Ubi or whatever it was, or the what's that one?
Tubi. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some show on with.
UBI.
It's called. It's about a sex doll. I can't remember the name of the show.
Got it.
I gotta look it up. It's very short. It's got like 12-minute episodes.
What are you talking about?
It's on that network, and it's like their first sponsored show on that network, and like it's got some actresses in it. I can't.
Greg, I know that that we're not that adult of a network over here, so you better just watch it, buddy.
I hear you. I'll let you know what it is. I'll look it up. All right, so one last news thing I guess we got to talk about then, and we'll just go to some Zack Snyder pictures that he released on Vero that I had seen this week, but I wasn't really as aware. I've been kind of read this week, but I'm going to present them as we talk about them.
Let Chris talk.
Chris was kind enough to send them to Chris. Because go on, man. Yeah. Zack Snyder pictures.
All right.
So Zach, as
calm down, Nathan.
Went on Vero this week. You know, the promotion of the illustrious everything we've all been waiting for, Zack Snyder's Justice League. He started the promotion. He said February was going to be the big month for it leading up. So starting this past Sunday, he dropped image of Cyborg, helmet on, ratcheting, flying away, whatever, with a quote from Martian Manhunter, which was just very surprising at that point. And I think, Greg, you're pulling it up there. Yep. And saying that there's a war coming. And I can't wait to hear Henry Lennox saying those words and finally see the transformation.
Yes.
Great.
Oh yeah.
So yes. And he, Zach does when he posts his stuff, he'll answer some questions and things like that. And I think one of the best ones that I laughed out loud was, when are we going to see, how often are we going to see him transforming? And Zach came back and said, whenever he has to run through buildings at that point, you got to protect the head.
I mean, it makes sense.
I just want to see that four-armed freaking cyborg suit in the nightmare sequence.
Me too, man.
There's so many things I want to see. I'm so excited for this. Like, I'm taking the day off work. I can't wait. It's gonna be. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not taking. So here's to watch a movie. Sorry, man.
I have a question. What time do we think it's gonna drop? Probably
9.
Probably noon Eastern.
No, 9.
9 a.m.
That's been typically when the HBO Max stuff has been dropping.
Okay.
9 a.m.
Really? On what Eastern Pacific?
Eastern.
You're right. So maybe 9
time.
So maybe 9 Pacific at that point. Yeah.
Well, I only asked because Wonder Woman dropped here in Indiana 11 or noon.
So yeah, you're right.
Eastern.
I just keep on hearing 9. I always think I'm an East Coast boy, so I think everything revolves around the East.
And that's because I put in to take that day off and that Friday off. I mean, I was hoping to go see it in theaters, but I think it's going to be a minute before theaters actually get it.
Right.
My issue is if it drops at noon on Eastern time on that Thursday, I have to pick my daughter up at 4 from school, and it's a half hour away, and I have to be there at 4.
You got Uber? Just send an Uber for her.
I mean, I may just what sucks, I just have to go get her, and then I won't be able to watch it until
Right,
I
right,
don't
right.
pick her up.
You can pause.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
watching
pause.
it
all the way through.
all the way through
All the
first
way
time.
through.
I'll pause later on, but I'm watching it start to finish first time through.
Oh, I told Jamie I'm gonna get into work early that day, so I get home and playing you because as you guys know, you'll go to work in the middle of the night, so I got to go to bed early, and that'll be a work night for me. So I told her, I said that day when I get home, I said you better just order pizza for dinner. I'm gonna go into the bedroom, and you're just gonna leave me alone for 4 hours. I said I'm gonna hug you, kiss you, and the kid. I'm gonna get a drink, and I'm going straight to the fuck bedroom and leave me alone for 4 hours. But I'm watching this movie, and then when I get out, it'll probably be time to go to bed. So that'll be my Thursday.
If you hear crying and tears, I'm okay.
Right.
Nothing's happened.
Right.
That's
My
actually
girlfriend
probably a
already
good
knows.
thing.
Just leave me
Crying
alone.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We want to
And
leave
she's
you
gonna want
alone
to
with
watch
the
with me
TV.
too, but I said I'm gonna need this first time for myself just to, so I can sit here and just nerd debate over it,
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll all
I'm
be
debating whether to watch it I'm the first time I'm watching it, but like the second or third time to watch it alongside Justice League.
No, don't do
See
that.
the difference?
Nope.
Why?
No. Why would you
Yeah.
ever do that? No.
You don't need to do that.
Stop it.
Silly.
You don't need to do that.
Stop it.
I watched
I like
the
to
theatrical
torture
run
myself?
I watched the
Fine.
theatrical run of BVS and I liked it. I
No.
liked the movie a lot. And then when the Ultimate Edition came out and I got the Blu-ray and I put that in, the theatrical edition became a coaster on my coffee table because I don't need that shit anymore because I got the definitive version, which is the Ultimate Edition.
Make your putter and frisbee golf.
That's fair.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Y'all want to see the second picture here?
Yes.
Chris, I'll share it here and we'll kind of discuss this because this is awesome. I'm loving this.
I like that.
Same.
Oh,
That's a nice
wow,
Catwoman.
that's nice. That's real nice.
Whoops, did I show you the wrong screen?
Damn it. Hey, what's
You
up,
shared
No,
your
no, you
desktop.
show us the right screen. What's that?
Share the
new
other
thing?
You
desktop.
shared the
What?
desktop of Catwoman.
It's my desktop. Let's see. Well, luckily there's no bell in there.
I want to see what tabs he has open in there. It's Pornhub.
Well, it said screen. I hit the wrong button. That's why. There we go. Now let's do that. Had the wrong
There
screen.
Oh,
Yeah, so we
man.
get our first look at our Joker.
Mhm.
Now is this Nightmare Joker or
It's
No, well,
Nightmare
that's
Joker.
that is probably more than likely Nightmare Joker.
Okay.
And so a lot of people have been comparing scenes from some of the comics this has been in,
Mhm.
and then you get the jokester saying, "It looks like Heath Ledger, looks like Jared Leto." No.
Well, it is Jared
Stop it.
Leto, so it
Stop
should look
it.
he
like
meant
him.
Joaquin Phoenix?
I know
Yeah.
what he meant.
Yeah, man, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just clearing you up.
Yeah, you are. It's all right. It's the end of the week.
It's
I'm
it.
sorry.
It's at
It is
Friday,
Jared
Friday.
Leto, but yeah, I meant Joaquin Phoenix. So
It's gonna be Jared.
and I see people saying that, oh, it looks like he's wearing a skull, and
Yeah.
it's like
He probably is.
They may be, he does have a head. So
Oh, I've heard people say, "Oh, look at how drastically different and better he looks from Suicide Squad." Like, what the fuck are you looking at? I said, I can make it out. It looks like Jared Leto to me, but he's blurry. I said, well, he could have damage still etched right in his forehead. There could still be a grill there. Like, I'm imagining, what are you talking about? It looks so much better, so drastically different. I'm ready to see it, but I'm just saying, like, off of this picture, I'm not willing to throw it out that far. You know
well,
what
Yeah.
think about it. This was something we never, ever, ever
yes.
thought was going to come into this movie.
Yeah.
Like it
Mhm.
wasn't even part of the plan
Mhm.
at that point, but he had an idea and pitched it. And guess what? I don't care if it's just like 2 minutes of him being there with Deathstroke. It's going to be freaking awesome.
It is.
We're
be
going to
awesome.
see Gangster Joker in the nightmare sequence.
You know, Chris, did you ever see the? I don't know if you ever played it, but when DC Online or whatever launched, they did that little game trailer, the opening, and it was like this massive, like it's wartime shit. And the
Best part about
Joker's
that
out there
game
fighting.
was that
Yeah, he's
trailer.
like- yeah, the Joker's out there fighting and shit, and he sees Batwoman, but like he's all in that tattered up and like in that apocalypse. I get to see it being something like that where like nobody's gonna kill Bats but me. It just it takes him over and kills him and a couple of his own guys and stuff. I don't know. I can see it something like that. But you're right. That was the best part of that game was that 15 or 20 minute intro trailer because wow, that was awesome.
And then you played the game. I was like, it's okay.
Yeah, and you're
Can I
like,
just
what
play?
the hell?
Can I just play the movie?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
tried,
funny part about
but-
like games that I was thinking about earlier, like how much I like about games more than the gameplay, like the Injustice games. I would watch the Injustice movies, the film cuts from the movie put together to watch a movie more than I enjoy playing the game now. And what's funny is I was at GameStop earlier with my daughter, and they had this steelbook, this badass steelbook, Injustice 2 pre-owned for $9.99. I was like, oh, I'd pay $10 just for that book. I don't care about the game. I just want that steelbook cover because it looks so good.
Injustice is awesome. They're great games, but they and I understand it's because of who made it, but it could have been way bigger and a lot better if they wouldn't have done the Mortal Kombat engine. You know what I'm saying? Because like you went through the story, then it was like you're just your standard one-on-one fight. Like it wasn't like you don't even have semi-open world concept or something where you can walk around and do it. It was just you got stuck into that fighting regiment every time, and then that's all you could do when you went back. You know what I mean? You're fighting.
But I think that's what it was originally meant to be, right?
You're right. Yeah, that's what I said. But it could have been bigger. Yeah. It could have been better, in my opinion, if you wouldn't have done the Mortal Kombat engine of like that. You know what I mean? That's just me.
Gotham Knights. We're gonna get something like that.
Yes.
Similar to that.
Well, that's why the Arkham games were 10 times better because you got to do more. You weren't stuck in the confines of that, one-on-one same backgrounds fighting thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when I say Gotham Knights, I just mean you're going to have different characters you can pick and play with in this open world concept, hopefully with multiple people at a time, which would be awesome. So.
Yeah, I'd love it if like we could all four get online and play together, and like we'd all be somebody and be one of the members of the Bat family and just go around kicking the shit out of thugs. That'd be pretty fun.
That was the best.
That required me to play online. Game. I don't do that.
Well, I'm saying
I want to be Harold. Is Harold a playable character?
Ooh. Poor Harold.
I want to be Barbara's wheelchair.
He deserved better.
Barbara's wheelchair.
Yeah.
Really?
I just want to be I'll be the smart man. I'll build all the stuff and say, look at the cool stuff I'm building. That's why I like Harold.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the Barbara's
I'll be Asbats.
Oh, yes.
John Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Go crazy every once in a while.
Here we go.
I want to be Alfred with
those bat shurikens coming at you saying, yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, that's what got me in the comics. I as much as people hate Azrael, I love the Asbat, dude. That thing was amazing.
Dude, they improved so much on it in Curse of the White Knight. So much better.
So, I'm not going to call it now, but if nobody picks Nightfall by the time we're done with Lock and Key for World's Finest,
we're just going to do the Nightfall saga. Guys,
I was going to say, I called Nightfall a long time ago, but that's a huge saga to cover. You can have that one.
I've got 6 things of Lock and Key, so.
Oh yeah, well that's a little different. Those books are so much.
Yeah, no.
I know.
We can get through. Look,
she can see. She can see.
Thanks to Clay, I realized when I go on another podcast, I don't want to talk as much usually because like when you did the re-release of the first time I was on, and he's like, yeah, you said that you're going to try not to go issue by issue, and then you go issue by issue. I'm like, fuck, I did, didn't I? Damn it. Okay. So next time I'm on, I'm going to try not to do that. And I think I did better on the second time around. Hopefully by the third time, I'll do even better.
We're honing in. We got one more.
Let's sharpen the skills.
World's Finest is my perfect outlet. I was like, all right, how are we going to do this? He goes, yeah, I'm just going to kind of let you talk about the comic book. Going to do what I do best, is run my fucking mouth. That's perfect.
I love World's Finest and being on there, but it is the show that makes me the most nervous to record.
It's the most professional. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But I have a great time doing it.
It's wonderful.
I always feel like I am just not worthy of being on it. Like I just feel like I don't feel like I'm smart enough to be talking about this, but it's fun. Can't wait to be on it.
I appreciate all the praise. The checks in the mail, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here, let's share this last picture right here. Make sure I got it right this time. All right.
There we go.
Ooh.
And you get just our illustrious Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very much dressed in the nightmare sequence, and some people have said, is he staring down the Joker? Is he walking down the hall where the Joker is at the end of it?
Well,
some have theorized that.
Yeah.
So I said people are alluding to the Batman RIP scene, right? With this one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the way I look at it, it may not even be a scene from the movie. It may just be a picture.
It's from the movie. It's from the movie.
Yeah. Hey, we get to see more Affleck in new scenes with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
Oh my gosh.
So he's like he did some steady drops this week. Some we get a trailer on Valentine's Day. So So I'm looking forward to what he's dropping for allegedly.
I'm kidding.
Pretty much just stop your allegedly. It's happening.
Confirmatively.
What a great game. That's a Sunday.
I can't wait to see like the for real Superman come back, like really get resurrected and like really go out there and do some shit. Like I'm so excited for this movie. I just can't drop dead of cancer or something like that before that. I just got to make it till next month to be able to see this.
No removal of the mustache in this one.
There was no mustache.
Yeah, because there is no mustache in this one. Exactly. It's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, and then we get the confirmation that this is officially rated R.
Mm-hmm. Totally cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
Totally fine.
Yeah, doesn't bother me at all.
Oh, I mean, it's
slaughtered.
I mean, there was, like with everything that has come out about this movie left and right, it always sparks a debate, and it's. I saw some people saying, "Well, you've got the 2017 Justice League as your stuff," and I don't think that's the right answer. I just said it's like with everything else. If you don't want to see a rated R Justice League movie, I will point you right to the Justice League and the Justice League Unlimited. Fine alternatives and amazing franchise within itself. If you want to see, a league that is not in this universe, but again, it's
I didn't hear anybody crying about Logan. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Or
well,
Deadpool.
I mean, again,
or Deadpool.
Here's the thing. People put to say Deadpool versus Justice League is a little bit of a apples to oranges kind of thing.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think when you get characters that people build up and have an interpretation in their mind, I'm not saying people keep on thinking Super Friends, because that's not necessarily what I'm trying to get at. But if you look at, I'll make the comparison again to Justice League Unlimited. You look at those cartoons that are very much not necessarily happy-go-lucky. I mean, they dealt with some pretty serious issues in those shows. Yes. But when you put anything in this thing of a team that, imagine if people would say the Avengers rated R, that's I can understand some people's reaction to it, but just to go like with everything, it seems with Zach, you get a whole community of just saying, "Oh, screw this! I'm not going to watch a rated R movie. I'm not going to watch 4 hours."
The whole 4 hour debate
again.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Right.
Don't watch it. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't get into these debates because it's just not worth it. And I just sit back and just say, scroll up.
The people that are going, it's 4 hours and not too much. It wasn't that long ago. Oh, okay. Wait. As a matter of fact, I remember, what was it from like 2007 up until here, like recently, because it started with your favorite show would come out, and then at the end of the run, the whole season would come out on DVD, and you'd run and get the season, and you'd power through every bit of that shit in one sitting or a weekend or whatever. And then Netflix came along, and the binge model dropped, and people were power smashing, at every TV series in a day or 2 days. Like, same concept, people. If you have to pee, you have to go get groceries, do stuff with your kids, clean that, go to work, you can hit pause and you go away as long as you want, and you come back. And you can hit play again and pick up right where you. Here's the beauty, guys. If you forget a little bit of what happened, you can like rewind it like 45 seconds to something that and go, oh, okay, I'm right back in it. Like, I remember. Quit bitching just to be bitching, guys.
I remember when Endgame was coming out. I think the rumor was they had 6 hours of film, and people were like, "Yeah, give it to us. We'll watch all of them."
Right.
You're okay with watching that? Oh, because it's Marvel. Gotcha.
It's just because I don't even think it's Marvel.
No, but it's definitely not a Marvel DC thing.
I think it's just that Zack Snyder
correct.
period.
People are not happy with what he's done. He's created a universe of realism. That's what it comes down to. These are heroes in what would be the real world. I'm not saying that Marvel can't be in the real world. The DC ones are more down to earth. The DC ones are just. I don't know. It's one of those. It's really hard to explain because you don't want to be like, oh well, DC's better because they're doing it this way. The Marvel's better doing it this way. We're getting comic book movies.
Yes.
If it's a 22-hour long movie, I'll watch the damn thing. I'll pause it. I don't care.
Here's the thing. Remember when Endgame was coming out? They played all 22 movies.
People went and saw that. I wanted to go see that. I didn't, but I wanted to.
Again, it is a double standard that's been there for a very long time. And you know what? Most of us here are good with seeing Marvel and DC, and we take the good
Love
and the
'em.
bad and call
Both of
both
them.
on thing. There may be shocking as it may. There may be some things in Zack Snyder's Justice League we may not necessarily like or necessarily disagree with, but you know what? That's the wonderful thing about film. You don't have to like everything about it. We're probably gonna like everything about it, but there may be some people that say, I loved everything but this thing. That doesn't mean they're not a fan.
Correct.
It's okay.
I'm one of those where it's like, this is his vision. Yeah, he's added to it. I just want to see his vision, good or bad. I just want to see what he had planned. I don't care if it's bad. If it's bad, it's bad. I'll call it out.
Right.
I just want to see what it was.
You had to see it to at least get the opportunity to say it was bad, you know? So, well, the thing is, I think what you're talking about there, Joe, too, with the differences between how DC's, it feels like it just feels different, not saying that Marvel couldn't take place in the real world, is DC immediately from the beginning had consequences and repercussions to actions and how people react to godlike figures and heroes being on this earth. Whereas, not saying Marvel doesn't do that now, it's not how they started out. An Iron Man in real life would not be reacted to. People would not react to it that way. The Hulk in real life, people would not react to it that way.
Well, I think the Hulk in real life, they wouldn't. The Hulk, they'd react that
pretty
way.
close.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
I get what you mean. They wouldn't be praising them.
Yeah, and
like
they
are.
Progressed towards that, and they started taking, those steps, but they didn't start out like that. And I think that's why it feels like people grew with Marvel into that, where it was just right there in front of you with DC, which I don't mind because I like it.
Well, like I said, I do love both sides. Like my wife had never seen Endgame, so last weekend it was like real rain. Like it was real rainy Saturday, like literally all day long, torrential downpours. So we put in Infinity War and Endgame, and that was our day. You know what I mean? And it was a little stuff in between there, and we ran those two together. And like I said, I do like those movies. I like what Marvel does. I'm not a hater of it. I have just so far preferred what Zack Snyder does and goes. So like I said, I'm thoroughly thrilled that we're going to get the, like I said, even if, let's just say it doesn't go any further, no comic books, no animated, no nothing. At least I'll have my Superman trilogy from Zack Snyder. You know what I'm saying? Because I can, even if I want to wash my hands of everything else in the DCE, continuity or whatever, I can still go, you know what? I'm going to watch my Superman trilogy, Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League. You know what I mean? Like, and I can, even I might at the end. I'm probably still going to be wanting more, because I'm an American. We're greedy. We never have enough. I get it. Like I'm gonna want more, but at least I'll be happy that I got that, because I went from the first superhero ever, Superman. We got the origin. So we expanded the universe, the world with Batman being there, real personal, close movie with just Batman and him, and then Wonder Woman come in, and then we're gonna get the rest of the league. So like yes. At least I'll have this, and I'm content. If we don't get anything else from the man out of this universe, then I'm going to be saddened, but so be it. At least I got this. It's a win. It's something we fought for. I'm going to bask in the win. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to do everything I can to make this thing successful. Like I said, I'm going to watch it that day I get home. It's going to be on just in the background of my bedroom for, just a couple of days, just to be playing it over and over again. And every time I walk in to get a pair of socks or underwear or put something away in there, I'm going to stop and go, oh yeah, look at this scene, and probably get lost in it for 5 or 10 minutes, and then go back to what I'm doing, just because I personally want it to be successful.
Fall asleep to it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, but at least I'm gonna be content with just having this. If we don't get anything else from the man, like I really hope that if nothing else, that Jim Lee and Zack Snyder talked about doing a comic or something. I'll take that. I'll take give an animated, like they did the DCAU movies. Let's keep going. Get Ben Affleck, all them to do the voice work for them, and let's go.
I think they'd get more money if they do a comic. Like if they're looking on the actual revenue end and they want money out of this, do a monthly, like a little mini series, 6-issue, 12-issue maxi series. I'd buy it.
And, okay, well, while we're here and we're talking about it, like I know a lot of people have said it, but I just finished Dave and Jason from DC on Screen, their episode that dropped this week, and Dave went on there to really talk about it, pointed out how because I haven't been online or whatever, you guys know. But Warner Brothers is really going out of their way just to be a dick about Zack Snyder's Justice League, not retweeting and stuff like that. Like what was it, Emmerich's going out of the way to be like, oh, Zack Snyder, it's a cul-de-sac. Like they really, and I'm not a huge conspiracy theory guy. I'm really not. I mean, despite what people might think, I don't buy into that shit. I like to think of myself as a critical thinker. But man, the more and more shit comes out, the evidence really does seem like them guys up at the top are just sitting there going, "Meh, I hope this thing sucks, so that way we can be proven wrong. Because I don't want to have them come after me and be, I was wrong." Meh.
I don't know if it's proven sucks. I think it's more of those guys at the top didn't want it to come out. That's was somebody else that did, and they don't. And they're just like, no, I don't. I'm not gonna help it.
It will prove that they fucked up by doing now. No, with the
I think it's already proven that though. But the fact that it's coming out is just kind of proving that.
I just meant that they fucked up by not giving him time to. No matter what, he was going to walk away because of what had the tragedy of his family.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But they messed up by not saying, you know what, we're going to push this back. We're going to give you 2 months, 3 months, 6 months with degree. Come back, finish it up, and follow through. That's what I mean. They messed up by going. I don't know. Get all this shit out of here. Get it out of here. We're gonna do this 2-hour zippity doo dive, or you know what I mean? Like it just. But if it's successful, it's really gonna drill them down. Well,
those are different people. Or was Emmerich still there at the time?
What's the guy? The main guy is still the main guy, right, Chris?
Walter Hamada.
Yeah,
Hamada wasn't there
even from the original.
No, but again, Hamada was there now. Yes. But I'm just saying he more at that point has not done anything to assist in this. That's more why I bring up Hamada in this one.
But what Nathan is saying is that when Zach originally walked away back in March
17,
and then they brought in Joss Whedon, all the heads that are there that were there are gone now. Like
there's still one left. I think there's still one.
Okay. But I agree with you. Whoever was there, they were out for themselves. We all know this. The fact that they are still now like, well, we don't want this. We're not going to do anything with it. Like, why?
Yeah.
Because again, it puts the idea of Warner Brothers in their minds. It puts them at, even if most of them are gone, it's still the label is saying Warner Brothers screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time and won't be the last
time.
No,
it's not going to be the first time or last time. They just don't like, again, they're trying to, in their mind, they protect their brand and they've been saying, I mean, look at what Hamada put out there. It's a cul-de-sac act to nowhere at that point. Hamada. You know, it's one of those things that they're going to keep. I mean, what was it? It took like 3 or 4 days for Warner Bros. To do any sort of retweet of anything this week
I didn't think they did.
I don't even know if they did. I thought I had heard they finally did something, but it wasn't even like as much as obviously HBO Max. Yeah, it was a retweet. Yeah. It wasn't anything kind of promoting it.
So like everybody else, like all the other accounts did.
I think it also proves too that if it's, I think it's almost like egg on their face too. That even if all the same people weren't there, it's egg on their face if this thing is wildly successful. That they all said, no, we know what the fans want. No, they want this, and us as fans came back and went, hey, no, assholes, we want this, and then we got it, and it was, you know what I mean? It's just that they don't have their finger on the pulse or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever it says.
This isn't the first time that fans have revitalized a property. Like I was talking about Firefly earlier.
To this level,
they brought back Serenity.
Okay, Serenity. Sure. You're right.
Oh, what was it? Jericho. Jericho's another perfect example. It ended after first season, and so all the fans sent peanuts to the CBS studio. They got a second season out of it. Like there has been so much fan-driven media properties that have been brought back that have been successful. They may have only gotten like 1 or 2 seasons, but it was enough to get stuff brought back. Young Justice is another perfect example. Died Netflix. After 2 seasons. Thanks to Netflix. I was in on that. I played every single episode.
I kept binging. I hashtag keep binging YJ. You know what I'm saying? I was
came back for season 3 on DC Universe. Now we're getting season 4 on HBO Max. Like
you are right, but I think this is a little more high profile. This is a movie. You're right. Those series were good. Like I do understand what you're saying, but you can tell that watching Serenity and watching this movie. Yeah, you're right. I feel like it's a little more prominent.
You're right. I agree. Like this is a totally different series of projects. Something completely off that playing field. Right. But just the fact that the fans were able to change their minds to get this stuff to come out. I agree with you, Nathan. Fans, if we don't like a property, we won't partake in it. We won't give our money to it. All of us love Justice League, Zack Snyder's version. Why we want it.
Mm-hmm.
Why WB doesn't see that, I don't know.
And that's the thing with the fans and everything like that, the community at that point. Let's all just focus on a couple of things. One, the amount of money that we've raised for Americans, the suicide prevention, American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. As Zach says, literally saving lives. That's the biggest legacy of this movement.
Yep.
And two, we get the movie. Let's focus on those two things, and let's go forth. Yep. Stop tearing each other apart. Stop tearing people down for who said what, who did this. Let's just focus on it's happening. We get to bask in the glory of it. And to your point, Nathan, and I've said it too, do I want this? Do I want to see more in the Snyderverse? Absolutely. However, if it's not in the cards, guess what? We get this thing that, I mean, even Zach said it in the book.
Haven't read the book yet.
It was, well, I know, I'm saying in the sense of stuff that it has come out. It has come out in the sense of
his quote.
It wasn't necessarily something that he could see even this soon. It was like 20 years maybe later.
Like
look how long it took look how long it took to get the Donner cut out.
But I mean, I think that's the power of just technology.
Yeah. I mean, it's different ages. You're exactly right, Greg. So instead of just tearing each other apart at that point, let's just focus on those two good things. And come March 18th, we finally get what we wanted.
Yep.
Agreed.
And even like our buddy Brent, from Fans Without Borders and stuff, he's self-admittedly not a huge Snyder guy, doesn't like BVS, likes Man of Steel. He's still gonna watch this at least one time just to give it a fair shake and support. You know what I mean? Like even if you're gonna be like a buster and a hater or whatever, at least give it a chance. And if you don't like it legitimately, fine. Fine. You know what I mean? Watch it like there's movies. There's like I'm just gonna go Marvel for instance. You know what I mean? Or okay, let's take it. Let's go the X-Men franchise. There's movies like I like the X-Men franchise, but I'm not watching Wolverine X-Men Origins all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not one that I'm gonna put in my rotation when I'm right. You know what I mean? Like when I'm watching it through. But I still watched it and gave it a fair shake and like go. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, well, just everybody give it. You don't have to like something. Like I said many times, I come out like you guys know how I feel about The Last Jedi. I don't like X-Men. Wolverine Origins. Supergirl wasn't for me. There's been a couple of reboots of things going, but when it's not for me, like I give it a chance. And unless it's brought up or we're talking about it, or I can crack, just a funny joke about it. I don't sit there and just shit on, smash it or whatever because somebody else likes it. Who cares if it's not for me? Not everything's got to be catered to Nathan. It's not my fucking world. You know what I mean? There's other like it's fine. So like I said, I don't know. I'm just gonna enjoy. Let's just enjoy. Be happy, guys. Give it a fair shake. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Fine.
And let's take a moment.
Move on with your life.
Let's take a moment to recognize Nathan has a rational, very very well thought out. Not flying off the cuff. Let's all give him a round of applause for that.
Thanks,
good.
Guys. Thanks.
Good. I've got a couple friends on a different podcast who I'm not going to say they've been shitting on the Justice League.
On me?
Movie. Not
What's
you.
their name?
Yes, we'll say you so that we can fly off right now.
But a couple of them have reached out to me. It's like, I wasn't a big fan of what was going on, what's been coming out with this trailer, and what's been coming out with this version. I'm kind of excited. I kind of want to watch it. They may still not. They still may not like it at the end, but they're giving it a shot. And that's really the important thing.
And David C. Robertson put it best. Like, and I'm going to say it to him that because there's a lot of people out there now. They're trying to pull up receipts and be like, "You weren't here from the beginning. You said this and you said this." Guys, it's been fucking 4 years since the original. Whatever. What I'm getting at is people grow, people change, people's opinions change, and that is okay. Yes. You are allowed to change your mind on something. Just because maybe you didn't like BVS, maybe you're in Brent's situation. Okay, likes Man of Steel, the best. He'll self-admittedly say it, the best Superman movie out there to watch. You know what I mean? Doesn't like BVS, but he'll be the first one to tell if he watches this. You know what I'm saying? And he actually likes it. He's not going to be like, "Oh well, I can't." You're allowed to change your mind. Yeah, exactly. And even he'll tell you, like, let's just say, I'm not saying this, and I'm just using him for an example. If he watches Justice League and retroactively, like, going back and watching the trilogy, he realizes BVS is better because of that. He's the kind of guy that will change his mind, and it'll be okay for him to come out and be like, you know what? Now that I've seen where it was going, I'm like, not that probably won't happen with him, but I'm just saying it's okay to change your mind. So if people weren't here from the beginning and they're supporting now, let them support, guys. Like we need it all.
Well, to your point, I know you're not on Twitter, but they went after freaking Roxy Stryer. You know,
who's Roxy Stryer? What's that?
She's a podcast host that has a DC show at that point.
Just started too. Started.
Yeah,
What did she say?
Well, she was also on another DC show even before that, but and so she wasn't a fan, this, that, and the other. And for the past while, she's been, I'm looking forward to it at that point, and then even put on Twitter just a few weeks ago thing, and people came after her for that. And
ridiculous.
And it was just like, and people that we know and respect, and they said, "Hey guys, welcome to the, how about this? Welcome to the community. Welcome to this. Thanks for
good guys.
It wasn't even just God. It was like so many other people too.
I'm just saying.
There's
other good people there.
No, there's great people. I'm just saying they're the good people in this community that people say, oh, Snyder fans are all just this, that, and the other. And then the
loud minority.
Right.
What it is.
No,
that's always the problem.
I was gonna say it's like that in just about every aspect.
You get that in every single fandom, every single everything. Like you're right. It's always there. Can't get away from it.
Even with IGN putting out like they're gonna have a big panel or interview with Zach. They're doing this fan fest at the end of February 26th and 27th. The Terry Schwartz, who's going to be the moderator of it, put out there saying, I'm so excited to do this and the other. You know what the next thing people did? Hey, didn't you say this? Or isn't this you? Did you say this, that, and the other? And it's just like she had the most professional, classy way to address it. She said, hi, respectively, don't need this kind of bad juju on my mentions. While everyone is entitled to their own opinions, this is intended to celebrate the things we love, not to tear anyone down. Because what she was responding to was not the thing coming after her, was responding to, Zach, your movies are crap. And yes, she did that. It's like, you know what? Even if she had even the stuff that people said, did you say this, that, she wasn't going her opinions were very much her opinions, but it wasn't like toxic or anything like that. It just let's just again. This movie is getting play, and if we just stop for a second, if you don't like it, fine, move on. I know I'm being rational, and it's Twitter. We can't be rational with Twitter at that
just
point.
The internet.
But
can't be rational with that.
Yeah, exactly. But again, if you're looking for this movie, let's focus on that.
Yep.
Just stop.
It just makes you wonder. Stop. Yeah, it makes you wonder at what point in time people felt like they were like the gatekeepers of
That's exactly right, Greg.
You can't watch this and enjoy this. Like, wouldn't you want people to watch and enjoy something that you enjoy? That way you could discuss it with them and relish in how great it is. But it's not, you can't enjoy this. It's weird.
Greg, you're right. Gatekeeping's right. And I usually don't use that for a lot of things. I think sometimes that word's a little overused. But in this situation, I think you're describing it perfectly. That's like, oh, you weren't here, so you can't come in. You're not allowed to. Like, shut up, bitch. Get out of the way. I'll run you over.
Welcome in. Come on, bring them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you're telling me a movie that was made in the 70s, because I wasn't there when it was made in the 70s, I can't join in now and enjoy it? It's the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess it's not the same kind of thing. They're more or less talking about people that didn't like it before, talk trash about it before, right? Changing opinions over, which is still fine.
Oh, how about this? How about this at this point? You've got Zack Snyder, a director who 9 times out of 10, everyone else that has movies to promote wouldn't go on the streams, the shows, the things. For instance, we don't have people like Sean O'Connell coming on DC Alliance or other shows or anything like that. Again, it's what this movement has done is like he's giving back to the fans. These people who are part of this movement are coming on and saying, "I want to celebrate this. I want to honor what you have done, how big or little you are in the movement, to give back and to give you that time."
Yep.
Amazing.
And it's
He's
great.
rewarding the fans, and it's awesome. You don't get to see that very often with directors.
I don't think it repeats itself, but again, I respect and will be a Zack Snyder defender up and down for the way he's handled himself throughout this whole thing. And I've been a fan since Dawn of the Dead, and I will continue to be a fan.
100% agree, man. Right there with you. Well, fellas, y'all got anything else you want to say about Snyder? We were talking pictures and we went way long. I know, I'm sorry. It was a great conversation though. So I was just like, let's do it. Yeah.
Well, I know there's some people that get a little tired of the Snyder heavy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm hoping not any of our fans, because we do it because we love it.
You know what? We get 2 months. We've been waiting for this. We get probably a good 3 months dining on this, counting this month. We get this month to prep for it. We get the month of the movie and then the aftermath of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, we got Justice Con coming. We don't have dates on that, but Justice Con is coming.
Probably summer again, more than likely. Yep.
Yes.
So, it's gonna be fun.
Forward to. Oh yeah.
It will
Yeah,
be.
this is not Snyder stuff's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's gonna be here with us talking about it, all this stuff. So, all right, well, let's. That's all the news. Those are 3 stories, and we talked about it for a good little while. It was awesome. So we had a lot of stuff to say about those. So yeah,
You know when I'm here,
you know what it smells like?
I'll derail quickly.
Smells like an ad break coming.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. You your sniffer is good there, sir. We are going to take an ad break real quick, and we're going to come back and talk about.
Get ready, guys. It'll be like a 4-minute ad because we talked way long before one came in. Just get ready for it.
Yeah. Well, here we go. So be prepared. Sometimes the volume's up a little loud, but folks, we'll be right back. And the podcast magic on being live.
Did
No
you
breaks.
enjoy
See,
your insurance ad?
That's
Did you
the
wanna
beauty
buy
of watching us
McDonald's?
live. No
Mhm.
breaks.
Mhm.
Just that little one.
Yeah,
second.
but sometimes I can't watch it live because you guys go live at like 9:00 and I gotta work at 4. Well, I gotta be awake at 4. So
I get it.
It's rough.
hide it.
Yeah.
You got to fix those problems.
Get a new job. So that way you can podcast.
No, I'm good.
plan your
Not in this
plan your,
environment.
plan your,
No, keep your
plan
job.
your job
Greg,
around
Greg.
your podcasting, man.
Greg, I work at GM. I want that money.
You stay
Don't
at
get a
your
job.
job.
Don't get a
You
job.
go nowhere.
Yeah. Don't get a
Sorry, I just unplugged my headphones. I had no idea what you guys just said.
job. You're good. All right. Well, let's get started then. Let's talk about some WandaVision. We've loosely covered it up to here. We don't go nearly as deep into it as the guys.
I was
on
gonna
Raw.
say, what about Chris? Is he going la 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 la? Or are we
No,
just gonna
I'm
keep it
gonna let
loose,
you
or-
all. I'm gonna let you all. I may chime in a little bit, but I'm gonna
Okay.
reserve a lot of
Okay,
stuff
okay.
for later. But I'll chime in a little bit.
Absolutely.
I don't get to hear you all chat about it. So,
There you go. Okay. Well,
but as always, you're all are welcome on Marvel Alliance if you want to chat more. So.
I heard you.
I know.
there you go. Well, Nathan, get us started, man. I know you said last week that was the episode you would start watching the show at. So did it continue? Did it continue rolling forward with this week?
This week, another massive success in my opinion.
Awesome.
Like what a like I said, the first 3 episodes, this is just me. I'm not gonna harp on it, but I will probably never watch again. I will start it with the proper episode that gives the proper Marvel intro. Because in the last episode, they give you everything you need to know. So if you didn't see anything, they even show you clips of it. But anyway, this episode, man, I really enjoyed it. Boy, did we get more into Wanda and the real world than I thought we were going to, because I was not expecting them to show how the Vision's body got, you know what I mean? They went into some.
That was very I'm not saying I had a giant debate with my girlfriend, but we were trying to figure out how he had body parts because he's made of vibranium.
Yeah.
And
well, like I said, I was not expecting them to go show so much of Wanda in the real world. And man, like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. I really like Jimmy Woo. Darcy, like her a lot more. Monica Rambeau, like I'm really interested in her. She's doing good. And Wanda, I really like the villainous but not villainous turn. Like I don't know, because like I kind of believe Vision when he's at the end. He's like, I know, it probably started as subconscious wherever, but now it's devolved into like she knows what's up. And yes, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this episode was awesome. It sounds like we're not trying to give too many spoilers, but
Sure.
I will say I watched this at work this morning, and at the very end when the thing happened, I was like, "What? Fuck!" Like, what did I say? Like, I was like, "Fuck you, no, what?" And
what a cheap shot.
I had my coworker working next to me kind of stopped and looked at me, and my boss was walking right by. He's just like, "What the? What?" Okay, I just kind of kept walking. That was amazing. I love that. There's some things going on with Agnes that I think is very weird. I've got some theories. I know with Chris and Travis for Marvel Alliance, and then Brent and Brock on Marvel Squadcast. I've been trying to put in combine a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
So I've got a rough idea of what might be happening. in my opinion. But we'll see.
The final stinger is my biggest, like we know her powers are outrageous and we know they're going, but it's what did the quote recasting, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought that was an interesting
don't think
choice.
It's her.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I don't think so either. And that's what because she looked very surprised, but I'm like, who tapped into her to unlock? Did she open the portal to a parallel universe and pull him in and not know it? Did she create him? Did somebody else create him?
If you listen to the audio, if you are hard of hearing at that point, they do have that. It says, and suddenly so-and-so from the so-and-so franchise appears at the door.
Oh.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear. They say that in the show?
It's not if for an audio, like for those that are hard of hearing or not hard of hearing, but are like visually impaired at that point.
Blind.
Oh, interesting.
Blind, yeah. And so that was Brent had shared that in our Marvel chat between us. So
somebody pulled him out of his universe and slapped him into hers.
Well, I'm just saying that, I mean, that's what was out there. So we will see come the next few weeks.
I haven't seen the promo for next week yet either.
I'm not going to watch the promo.
I try not to watch promos unless they suddenly appear.
Okay, so I thought you guys had information with me. Wait, what did you say, Greg?
Well, I'll just say, Nathan, real quick, I don't think that it's a matter of thinking of somebody slapped him out of this universe, because if the audio says a person from another franchise, I think that's more or less saying this is just it's not having to do with the universe. Franchise is more of a movie production talking term. I don't think you're going to say, well, I guess they are making a show, aren't they?
They're making a show, if they would have pulled Hugh Jackman in and put him with the Avengers, we would have been like, holy shit, he's from a whole nother franchise. He's from another universe.
Right. But I don't think in the movie they would describe it as this guy's from another franchise. They would say he's from another universe in the movie or in the world. You know what I mean? We would describe it as in the franchise. But I think if it's an audiobook where you're trying to describe it to somebody the way you would be intended to be viewed, you would say another universe.
I get what you're saying.
It was just slap from the universe.
When Brendan shared that with me, it was just like, oh my gosh, because if you are visually impaired and can't see that like, how are you supposed to understand what's on the screen? And so that was very interesting, because how else could you say that? Why else would that moment not land with just like OMG?
Yeah.
You know? So I mean, that was very fast. That was very interesting to hear, because that's what the theory has been going up and down, is like, is this real? What's to do? Again, like with everything, one of the things you brought up, Joe, was, never seeing Vision taken apart. That is a direct callback to Vision, the comic book arc Vision Quest.
Okay.
Where he is destroyed, and at the end of the series, we get a new Vision. We get the White Vision, and a completely new Vision. Mind is wiped. It's a new start at that point, and so that was a nice little callback there.
How and why does Sword have Vision's body? Why did T'Challa willingly give it up, or Rogers, or Okoye, whoever? Yeah, you're right. I mean, but why did Okoye give it up? Well, why did Rogers give it up to an organization that would have been just as tattered, and he would have had just as much would have had just trepidation as he did about S.H.I.E.L.D., especially after what he went through with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, I think they all had bigger things to deal with at that point in time.
Well, the other thing was Vision didn't want his body to fall. It says it in the episode.
Vision
that he didn't want his body falling into the wrong hands.
Steve Rogers would absolutely think Sword is the wrong hands. Steve Rogers, there are people with an agenda. What's his thing? It's still ran by people with agendas. Boom. That right there should have written that. I don't like that. Maybe they'll tie it up, but I don't see, unless they did it behind Captain, like Steve Rogers. He's not giving up the body of Vision to Sword, another entity that is like S.H.I.E.L.D. that is ran by people with agendas.
But why
he's not doing
Rogers
that
to own? Why do they have to have his permission to?
But I'm just saying that's a fallen Avenger. He's going to bury him or put him somewhere. He's not giving him up for study. That is his comrade. Even, you know what I mean? Like, if nothing else, like he's burying him, even at very least.
Technically, Stark property.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Right. It's just in a sense of like, well, technically, it's got some Stark property in him. So.
I mean, unless Vision had in his will that we'll find out, like, take me for experimentation and take me apart. You know, I don't know, but I just don't see. I don't see Captain America and the remnants of the Avengers like, especially with what Cap went through and just watching everybody dust. I can't see him giving up somebody else to another war. He's going to bury them because he lost all his friends that he couldn't bury.
Well, we just don't know that part of the story yet. So.
Yes, you're right. And
I mean, you bring up good points. I'm not trying to dissuade it. I'm just saying that those are questions that we just don't have the answers to and how that went down.
Right.
And I love Jimmy Woo is the audience. Jimmy Woo asks every single question that we ask. The last 2 episodes, I'm like, fucking love it. Jimmy.
Ironically, all the stuff on the whiteboard was stuff apparently from Reddit that people were asking.
Really?
So that was fun. Cool. Yeah, that's what I saw in the video.
That's really cool.
That is really cool. Yeah.
I do want to point out. So just before that character shows up, and we see Darcy running to grab her notebook or notepad, we hear the alarm going off.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking is somebody brought that character to there and breached the barrier. That's my thought. That person being maybe a little devilish, but I think they brought them in to try and control Wanda some more, because I think that's what they're doing. I think that person is controlling Wanda. They've been doing it from the get-go. That's my guess. I could be wrong.
The kids.
She was manipulating. Well, maybe she was
no. I mean, the kids.
She was being manipulated. Magical. Well, yeah, but they're magical before.
Them. She has no effect on them, and
just like she had no effect on the stork.
That's what I'm saying. So were these? Yeah, were these planted by the devil or whatever? These kids, because she can't do no mumbo jumbo on them, and they can transform it. They were 5 years old.
They can grow by
they were one. You know I mean?
They went she tells them not to do it later. Yeah,
newborn to 5 to 10 within all in one day.
12 hours. Yeah.
So
the mailman's the beekeeper, right? He's the sword agent, right?
No, because he was in
ice cream man.
The ice cream man allegedly is the beekeeper. The mailman.
Well, but in this episode, the mailman,
same mailman was in episode 2 talking to Agnes.
Okay.
Before the beekeeper.
Okay.
I will say, and another reason why I think it's all a manipulation is that they hammered home the fact of, Wanda is in charge and she's doing this. The whole thing with Norm, I'm pretty sure he just kept saying, she's messed with mine. Don't let her do it. I think it's somebody else, Dottie, but it could be. I don't think it's Wanda. I think
is Ralph Cobalt Man or whatever it is.
I'm trying.
I was Googling.
Cobalt Man was Happy Hogan in the comics, so probably not. Yeah. Found that out reading Iron Man. That was weird. The episode was amazing. I loved it. My girlfriend, because I watched it at work because of the group chats that I'm in, I don't want to get spoiled. But then when we all get home from work, we watch it together. When that scene started to show up, she jumped up off the couch and was just yelling, like, "What?" It was awesome. It was fun.
Really, really cool. Though, did not see it coming. Like I said, I read that there was going to be a cameo of a character we know before, but didn't see that coming.
I don't think this is the one they're talking about. I still think that's Doctor Strange
It could be.
I could see Strange,
especially with somebody manipulating her enough to create her own reality, take over these people, go back in there, and she still just doesn't give an F. Like, I think, and especially if she brought this Pietro from another universe, and even if she didn't, somebody helped her do it or whatever. I think Strange is coming in to be like, Wanda, what did you do? You know what I mean? Or whoever is manipulating her. Like, what happened?
So, 2 things. First off, anytime they brought up Captain Marvel, we saw Monica being kind of evasive.
What's up with that? They mentioned Photon. She's getting her Photon powers, especially with her weird blood. That she's going to become Photon because they said, photons and then radiation, blah, blah. Yeah, she's Photon.
Second thing, who do you think that she sent that text message to? I'm thinking this may be a way to get Reed Richards, maybe Fantastic Four in. Because they didn't show it, but they did show her texting on the phone. He's like, I know who would be great at this. And she grabs her phone. Darcy talks, and then they purposely come back to her texting on the phone. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's a good theory. It
maybe.
I mean, it could happen.
I don't know if it's. I mean, I don't know if it's Reed Richards.
Possible,
but it's gonna be something important. Heck, it could be. It could be Doctor Strange. She's working with swords, so she has access to the Avengers and all of the heroes. So who knows who it could be?
Yeah. I liked the Thanos references in this one. How they were talking about how powerful she was and how she nearly defeated Thanos if it wasn't for the Hellfire or whatever it is we brought down.
The Blitz.
The Blitz.
Yeah, the Blitz. Yeah, and then I like how Wu walks by and he's like, "Well, you could argue Captain Marvel almost did too." Like,
and that's when Monica's like, "Well, we're not talking about her." Like, there's something happened, and she probably has some animosity to Captain Marvel for her mom dying, and not.
I think that was a dig. I think that was a dig at people being like, "Oh, Marvel being like Captain Marvel's too strong." I think that was just a dig at all the people. I think that's why he did. Agent Wu just ran like, "Oh, Captain Marvel almost did too," just to get all those people right in their gooch. You know what I mean? Going, "Ooh, you bastards!"
Oh yeah. But yeah, man. In the end, I'm really enjoying the show. I'm liking where it's going. I'm open to a lot of different ideas about what's happening, but I still have my theory about this is the introduction of mutants into the universe. And now that we have a new mutant confirmed tonight in the universe, it's starting to make me feel a little more.
No, we don't have mutants confirmed yet. Because they said recast.
I don't care what you
can't say that.
He's
can't say that yet.
I want it to be great. God, I want it to be. I want Magneto to be their parents so bad I can taste it. I want Magneto to be.
But their parents are in the commercials.
Yeah, I was gonna say their parent. They mentioned their parents by name.
Did you like the commercial this week, the Lagos, which is where she blew that up and started all the bullshit, but it said it cleans up unwanted or accidental matter or whatever. It was like a little dig at what she did to start the whole Accords. I thought the
Lagos was when Hulk went berserk.
No, this is Wanda in Civil War.
Okay,
because they make direct reference to Lagos in the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they say Lagos and Germany. That's why I was trying to. I thought the Germany was in Civil War, and Lagos.
Germany was also in Civil War. Yes,
You know what I thought was interesting too is they pulled the scene or they redid the scene from Age of Ultron where Tony Stark's doing research on the twins. And it shows them in the background protesting, and it shows both of them. Well, they instead of showing Aaron Taylor Johnson or whatever as the Quicksilver we know from Age of Ultron, they zoomed in only on Wanda's face.
I noticed that,
and they were talking about both of them.
Yep.
So I thought it was going to be the wide shot of the same thing from Age of Ultron. Oh no! They either reshot that or they just zoomed it straight in and cut him out of it.
Who else was disappointed that when they did the Family Ties opening, that Vision wasn't a computer as a kid?
No, a toaster would have been better.
Toaster would have been better, but
that's awesome. Never even awesome.
Last thing I want to say, because like I said, I'm saving a lot of stuff for Marvel.
Yep. Yeah.
How about the callback to Magneto doing what he did with the guns in the First Class series, and Wanda doing it almost the exact same way on the soldiers?
Looked awesome. Loved it.
I mean, you could argue that she just manipulated them, but instead of the guns.
Well, I mean, she manipulated, but it's still the same kind of.
Yes, exact same thing. Yep. Also,
that was even I think the first X-Men where Magneto comes out with Rogue and stuff, and they're all trying to, and he does he turns all the weapons. Charles, and he takes it. He pulls the bullet. He pulls the trigger on the one. It spins in the guy's forehead.
God, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's a nice catch, Chris. I didn't even put that together, but it's exactly what it was.
Who thinks the director Haywood is a Skrull?
Oh, I fucking hate that prick.
I think there's something else going on.
I think way more about this.
There definitely is something else going on with him. But
I wanted Monica to stand up and just jack him right in his nose when he took over control. Like ignore her, ignore that, and just go ahead and fire. I'm like, oh, just get up and deck that son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
He's got an agenda.
No. Yeah, what
he does.
Know what made him think that was going to work?
Surprise! He thought maybe it'd be
because he was the only one. He was the only one left to be able to run and be in charge during that 5-year period, which means he was one of the dum-dums on the lower bottom totem pole, and then everybody else disappeared. They went, we're stuck with this crap, this pile of shit. Let's get him in here, freshen him up a little bit. I'm really, really enjoying it. My biggest problem with the show out of all 5 episodes is the 10-minute fucking credits, because every time I think there might be an extra scene in there.
Only 5.
No, but it's still, you know what I mean?
We might be getting that in one of these episodes.
I
just don't know when.
Mm-hmm. We know the last episode.
Well, yes, but anyway.
Like I said, the last 2 episodes, I'm in, I'm hooked, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The first 3 weren't for me. Now this is for me, especially with Wanda coming out of that barrier, like, you know what I mean, just coming out of that barrier and literally laying the law down and being like, get the F out of here. And like, man, how about Vision getting that dude under control and, you know, back in, and he's freaking out and like he's trying to tell it, but and then he just like puts him back in La La Land.
Well, I think he got what he needed.
He did.
You know, what else was he going to do? You know, or at least he got the information he needed to go investigate what he wanted. So, you know, I'm trying to think, is there anything else you guys want to point out about WandaVision?
No.
You know, we're enjoying it. We're covering it. They're going to go really deep into it on Marvel Alliance. We're just giving our thoughts on a few things here that we really enjoyed about it and bringing it up. But check out Marvel Alliance. They're guys Tuesday nights. They're going to go really deep with it. It's going to be really fun. We've only got one more thing to talk about, y'all. Let's take a real quick break. Last one of the night, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about a 1992 movie that I forgot how much I loved until I watched
Cinematic classic.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. So,
out of curiosity, do you guys still see me on the screen? Because my camera's being dumb. Okay.
Hear you, but don't see you. Yeah.
Cool. Stupid webcam. Love it.
Yeah.
For the voice.
All right.
Sorry.
So Disney announces a couple weeks ago that they are coming out with a Mighty Ducks miniseries called Game Changers. And if you grew up in the 90s, which I think all of us did, then you automatically love the Mighty Ducks. And I know I'm going to watch it. So gives us plenty of time, and why not an opportunity to go ahead and knock out a review of all the movies leading up to it. So tonight
I have a hot take on that.
Okay. Okay. Well, tonight we're starting out with the first Mighty Ducks movie, 1992, Emilio Estevez.
We're starting out with the hot take. You better be ready, Chris, to fire that up. We're starting off with the hot take.
I'm not looking forward to the series.
Really?
Me either.
And I mean, let me explain. And it became very evident watching this movie. I just have a very, very strong suspicion we're just getting the movie again in a TV show. And I get it. I understand it. It's for a new generation. It's not going to be an exact translation, but just watching the trailer before I watched the movie, I was like, this is my problem.
But the Ducks are the Hawks now.
I get the flip, but if that's
they're the a-holes.
But if that's the only thing that doesn't get me excited, and that's why I'm not necessarily.
They Cobra
it. You're right. That could be, but again, I think I'm just right now. That doesn't.
I'm with you, Chris.
Cobra Kai just had a little bit.
It brought
something different. I just don't have that same kind of thing for. Right. Oh, I want to see the Mighty Ducks be the bad guys.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, like I said, it's not. I will be more than happy, like we talked about earlier,
for hours.
To eat my words if it turns out to be good. But it's just not something that I saw after watching the movie. I said, "Oh, we're going to do this in reverse." I saw that movie.
Yeah,
I like the movie better.
Welcome to my side, Chris. You finally started to sound like I've been sounding for a while. Like, why are we doing these pointless fucking remakes? Come up with something original.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be that person that says nobody asked for this, because I'm not that person. Sure. I'm just saying, like, just on its face, what it showed in the trailer did not excite me.
No, I totally agree with you, Chris. I'm not. Even after watching this movie, which I do love, I'm still not excited for. Like you said, I'm not excited to see the Ducks be the bad guys now, and Bombay have to come back in and be like, "You a-holes forgot who you were."
Especially since like he wasn't even in the third one. Like he showed up for like 5 minutes in the third movie.
Yeah. Well,
you're just listen to your coach.
Yeah. Well, and here's my thing too: is I'm not super excited for the series. It's something that I'm going to watch because I watched the Mighty Ducks. Just like if they, and I watched the continuation of Ninja Turtles, no matter how crappy it got. I at least gave it a chance and watched it. So I'm not like I've got to see this day one when it comes out, but I'm going to watch this series, and it gives me a reason to go back and watch the Mighty Ducks movie. So I was like, okay, let's do it.
I will say, after watching the first one, I definitely want to watch 2 and 3. I remember I love the second one and watched that one all the freaking time.
Yeah, I think so.
Perry White, such a dick in this movie, guys.
Right?
Just such a dick, Perry.
Perry White's a dick. Foggy Nelson doesn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Well, okay. Yeah. Wow.
Man, you got Pacey. You got Pacey from Dawson's Creek in here.
Pace, I couldn't remember his name. I was like Dawson. It's not Dawson.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, and you got Foggy. You got Foggy Nelson.
I know.
Yeah.
I told Jamie. I said, look at Foggy Nelson being the tough guy here. You know what I mean? Because he's the tough guy.
God, I didn't even think about that until you just said that. I was like, where have I seen him at? Where do I recognize him at now? Yep, that's what it is.
They're all like 10 or 12, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine. Yeah, somewhere.
Because
you know, when you made movies, you actually cast 10 and 12-year-olds, not like 20-year-olds that could pass for it.
But that's what I was gonna say because
bunch of cake eaters.
Foggy or Fulton definitely looked like he was 15, trying to play like he was.
Yeah, and Pee Wee hockey. Yeah.
That being said,
in the next movie, they're straight up like they're fucking puberty, full beards and stuff, and the other ones are they're like 14. Their voice are still changing.
I think that's
the
why
other
they
ones are like 19. Like I'll buy you cigarettes and stuff.
I also think that's kind of why they did they're going to the Pee Wee. I'm using Pee Wee in air quotes Olympics team instead of being their Pee Wee in high school or Pee Wee in grade school.
Yeah.
And then going to
so much.
I mean, we'll get to the third one eventually, so I'm not gonna talk about that one. Just what really got me is that at one point they're all in the same class.
Yeah.
And so either the Tommy and I can't remember his sister's name. Tommy and
Tammy was it? I can't remember. Yeah.
Maybe I think you're right. Unless they were twins, which they possibly could have been. Don't think they should have been in the same class. And then you had Jesse and his brother, who I'm pretty sure was younger. They definitely weren't twins.
Look, Travis Hines right now is going, motherfuckers, I went to school and in my class, I was 8 and I had 12-year-olds or 7, but there was only 26 kids in the whole fucking school. So it made sense to put them all in one classroom.
Well, okay. Speaking of that school stuff right there, Chris, let me ask you this. A guy walks in to talk to the principal, and he has a list of names.
1992.
Has a list of names that says, "Hey, I'm trying to get a hold of all these kids. Can you tell me exactly where all of them are at?"
92. How does that work now? There wouldn't have been an IBAT. They wouldn't even have blinked.
Well, one, you don't enter in the school because COVID.
Right.
Well,
even if it wasn't COVID times. Even if it wasn't COVID times.
There's no internet. Yeah. There's no internet or nothing like that. So a stranger walking in with all those kids' names like that, like
there was internet
on a list. Like I need to see all these kids.
We just watched WandaVision where internet was invented.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. You know what? You're
that was
not the same thing. It wasn't readily available. Okay.
There you go. Not in homes.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it was dial up. I loved that.
I know.
Anyway, here's something, and I'm not saying you don't make them tough in Minnesota at that point, but I'm sorry, when you're out there in the middle of either the night or the morning and all you have is a little hoodie at that point, I'm sorry, it's 10 below or 20 below at that point. Come on, you got to back me up on that one, Nathan. You're not. You need to be wearing a little bit more than that.
Yes.
I also liked how I think I put this in the group chat. Losing a game at 10 years old makes you become a dickhead lawyer.
Right.
Fucking carried that with him his whole life, didn't he? Jesus.
Right?
Just crushed him.
Well,
to become good, all you got to do is just go skate at night on the lake.
Right.
Yeah.
And you become changed person.
The one in which you can drive on because you know the ice.
Right. And you get a shot at the minors at the end.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
I love his license plate and his he's just drinking and all the out there. So I'm like, yes, these were Disney movies back in the day. That's my Disney movie where the alcoholic gets a DUI and has to do community service and just does it for the kids. And at first he's the gruff a-hole, and now he's like, I love the kids. Fuck this job. You can fire.
I learned teamwork and all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was funny.
I
thought it was funny in the flashback how he's talking about how you see the flashback and you see him miss the shot. Then he drops to his knees, and this is so devastating. Like they're trying to make it so devastating. Where else do you see a championship Pee Wee game where the entire team turns away and walks away from him? There's a spotlight on a kid on his knees and they're crying because he missed a shot. And I was like, wow, they are really laying this one on thick.
Well, and then
wow, that guy
the
with
winning
the
team must have been
serious.
Hey, the Hawks must have been the home team that way because the other team won and they didn't even fucking give them a horn, a siren. They're just like, get out of here.
And even 20 years later, they're still holding it over Bombay's head. Like, man, I wish they would take that second place sign down. Nothing about first places.
He can't even have a relationship with women or anything because the whole time he's just like, I could have made that shot.
He does get to sleep women, and that was what I thought was funny about this. This is a Disney movie, and like the second line he says talking about how he scored with a defendant, so he still won that. He lost that case, but I still scored with a defendant or something like that. And I was like,
I count that as a win.
Disney movie, yeah. Okay. Well, okay, cool. Times have changed. You want to hear that movie now?
Disney movies get a little racy back in the day. They didn't have to answer too many
Really?
questions.
I don't remember that.
No.
I don't believe it one bit. Sorry, myself.
The infamous Rocketeer Jennifer Connelly cleavage shot was
I love the Rocketeer.
Yeah, Rocketeer's great. We covered the Rocketeer on the show.
Yes, we did.
I'll be covering on my show at some point.
Great movie.
There you go.
Love that show.
I'd love to join you. Great movie.
Might have to have you on. There'll be a bit.
I hate how big of a dick they make this ex-coach to be, and I get you're supposed to hate this guy, but what kind of a parent sends a kid to play for a coach that's like that? Like seriously, like I've had kids. I've been
out there. The ones that think their kid's going to be the next Wayne Gretzky or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not the kids you teach for the next 25 years. Well, I guess so if you're that devoted to it. But I don't know. That guy's
Travis Hines is screaming again right now. He's like, I've been holding a hockey stick since I was 2 fucking years old. I skate every day.
You asked like what parents the kid to that coach. Any according to Varsity Blues, any parent that wants to be on a winning football team.
I don't want your life.
I don't want your life.
In Texas, I should say. In Texas.
Yeah.
Is that right, Claudia?
I'm trying to think. Oh, I had another question about that.
Whipped cream bikini. That's all I got in my head now. What's up?
Chris Evans whipped cream
I was about
bikini?
to say Chris Evans.
Yes. Yes.
So in the beginning, what I question is this team D5 not having any matching, any pads, any matching helmets or uniforms.
Yeah.
And they
were
still
using
able
a fucking football helmet.
because plot.
Well, yes. But like I feel like you would not have been able to even been on the ice without legitimate equipment. Like,
I like how they drive on the ice. And he's like, just trust me, drive on drive.
That's whatever.
What?
Yeah. Then all the kids are bouncing on the car on the ice. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But like he had instead of goalie pads, he had magazines strapped to his legs.
Esquire.
Yeah. Like how is that? Okay. I guess we'll let that slide for now. I know
it's equity. We can't kick him off the ice. We just gotta point out the inequity of the situation.
Well, I love how the dad's like, I gave up my overtime to watch this, and I'm like, what are you paying for? Yeah, like what service are you paying for? Go somewhere else to have your kid play something. If you're paying for this service and your kid's putting,
I think it was just meaning that he didn't stay and make the overtime to have on the check. I think is what that's meant.
No. I know that. Yeah, he gave that up. What I'm saying is, but why? Why would you do this for something?
And it's only
this. You're obviously paying for this. Why?
12 weeks of overtime. You could. I mean, it's only. Right, you can work overtime the other 40 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
And how about like the conclusion? Oh, he played as a Hawk. He must still be a Hawk in disguise. Like, oh gosh, man. I know he's a kid.
That was so freaking 90s.
I know he's a kid.
You
but
were a
it's
Hawk.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
What?
You hid that from us. Did I look like I was playing for the other side there, bud?
Well, at the same time, I hid it from you.
Not really.
Do I need to tell you my whole life story?
Right.
Like I'm your coach. You need to listen to me.
Right.
I'm here because I got a fucking DUI. Shut up. Fall in line. It's not because I really wanted to do this.
That's kind of the way he was when he got there.
I laughed. I laughed hysterically at that moment just because. Yeah, man. It's awesome. It's just like I'm gonna go in my car. You two scrimmage.
Yeah.
Don't kill each other. Bye.
Well, Nathan, you always point at the point that it's an alcoholic that gets the punishment of having to watch, his community service is watching over kids. Like, not only that, he gets paid his salary and he gets to have a chauffeur,
a driver
around too. I was like, wow.
Cool. Well, you know what I like too is after he gets fired, he still has the chauffeur guy. That guy's still with him all the time, and he was paid just to hire to drive him around, but he's just hanging out. He's a coach now. He just, he's in there with them.
Yeah, it's a good time. He likes those kids too. Even though one of them busted out 2 windows in his van, and the rest of them like left body prints all over his windows in the limousine. It's fine.
Yeah. I like how too whenever he's talking to his boss, the one who funded the Quacksworth or whatever, the one who funded Ducksworth. funded the team, and he's like, you bought this jersey, but you didn't earn it. And I was like, you've been on the team for like 4 weeks.
Here's the thing.
You've been on the team
90s burn. Here's a fun thing. He did buy all that equipment. If once he fires Bombay, he could technically take all that equipment back.
Yeah.
And then the kids would be screwed.
Yeah, but then the firm looks like a dick. Remember, he did it. He did it for the PR stuff because they said he'd make the firm look really good. You know.
Yeah, but he also,
Yes.
bought his way into having Banks still be a Hawk. So
Yeah. Come on.
That's very true.
Let it go.
Which I want to ask too, and maybe I just missed it in the movie. He did. They brought him back. That was when Bombay Gordon quit. He bought his way into Banks being a Hawk again. But then in the next scene, he shows up in the Ducks locker room
because
Bombay protested it. That was why he lost his job. He said he either agrees and Banks goes to the Hawks because the only thing holding it up is Bombay and his thing. And he said, well, if that's the case, are you prepared? Are you prepared to lose your job over children? Are you prepared to fire me over children? And then he walks out. And so, he protested. So Banks still has to be on it. What? You love my imitations. Okay.
Nathan can do a podcast reading a book like Timothy Zahn just reading a book. Or no. Who Tim's on writes?
Mark Thompson.
Mark Thompson, yeah, reads it. Yeah, I can see you doing that. Just different voices. It'd be great. Let's see. Mighty Ducks. We got a lot of change going on. You know what I noticed in these movies, in these '90s movies, and I noticed it whenever I did a
Sweet '90s
outfits big review. Oh, of course, the Sweet '90s outfits. And I did the big review or reviewed Big with Lisa from I Love the Movie podcast, and I noticed that 90s movies get right into it, like right into the plot. There's no filler. Like within 5 minutes of this movie, that he's a lawyer who's kind of a dick. He's an alcoholic. He gets pulled over. He has to go meet these kids. Like within 5-10 minutes of the movie,
bam,
you're right there.
And within 30 minutes, he has a love interest.
Exactly. Yeah. Which, by the way, trying to lay down on his Charlie's mom the whole movie.
It's not creepy at all. And don't forget the sweet monster ballad at the end of the movie.
How about Charlie trying to coach, go spend alone time with my mom.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
He's pimping out his mom.
He is.
Basically.
You want to be my dad, coach? Dude, we've been in a whole new weird area.
Every other guy my mom brings home, they see me and they bolt. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with that, but you're staying around, so you like my mom, right?
Hey, you lasted 10 minutes longer than the rest of them, so you must want.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down. Charlie trying hard to make Gordon his daddy. Like, be my daddy, please. But yeah, this movie, going back and watching it, it's been 20 years, probably longer.
I do not remember the last time I watched this movie.
Yeah, maybe longer. I don't know. Since
90s. It was 90s for sure with me when I did a rewatch of all three of them on a weekend. It had to have been like VHS style.
Mine either would have been late 90s, early 2000s. It's been a long time.
When did this come out?
I rewatched it after the 90s, to be honest.
This came out in 92, right?
92. So I was in second grade.
I was 7. This was right in my pocket. I loved it.
Yeah.
Hey, you should do superhero discussions. Add that Mighty Ducks animated show.
I love that show.
I haven't seen that show. I saw it. I saw it.
It was
so dumb.
It's on Disney Plus. It was so dumb, but I loved it.
Plus.
Oh, can people roller skate through the mall?
Yeah, that was another thing.
Go roller skating through the mall.
Can you find a mall anymore that's open?
Well, I mean, they live in Minneapolis.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Or at least Minnesota. So
great.
All America will always
90s was what? Rollerblade do it? And you gotta remember 80s movies, it was the Tony Hawk original skateboards through stuff. So come on, that was just a trope. You know what I mean? That was what they were doing.
How about the little Benny Hill kind of like, we're gonna go at high speeds running? The guy chasing.
They just put a dog log in an old purse with a $1 bill, and they're like, the guy grabs it, like, yeah, this is our entertainment. Yes. I'm like, oh, they're following a dog just to pick it. Ugh, dog logs, gross.
That was messed up.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think. I've gotten. Let's see.
What's the little ginger's name? I can't remember, but he looks so familiar. Like, what's that? What's his name?
Ginger.
Oh, stop it! Come on, the
little ginger, the one who gets knocked out with
the glasses and the freckles and the red hair and the wisecracker.
Yeah,
Averman.
Yeah.
I forgot how annoying he was.
What's his real name? Yes, I did too.
Worse than the next one.
Watching this, I totally forgot how annoyed he was. But like, I feel like I've seen him in other things, but then again, I feel like I haven't seen him. Like I haven't seen him in a gajillion years since these movies.
So I know like Goldberg and Karp were in Heavyweights along with Kenan Thompson. Yes, that was a fun movie. Obviously, Josh Jackson, he's big name. And Foggy Nelson, which I could not remember his real name, but he's been in some stuff. The rest of them, I don't think they all did much.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they stopped acting. I mean, they probably may have stopped acting and like had a life, which
Straight to
I
DVD.
always loved. I loved
to
this when,
DVD.
well, maybe, but I love to see when people like, oh, okay, acting was for me. I'm just gonna go do
Let's do one of those
something
episodes. Where are they now? The Mighty Ducks.
else. Hey, maybe they're all gonna come back for the TV show.
The reunion. That's right. The big show. I'm sure there's a lot of them back, but yeah, man, Mighty Ducks. I'm sitting here trying to see if any notes here. We've hit a lot of different points here.
I did like the. I mean, it's not a '90s movie unless you have the blatant differences of, oh yeah, the Hawks coach at the beginning is an asshole. All he cares about winning, and then Gordon Bombay, Ducks coach, is like, look, just go out there, have fun. If you miss the shot, you miss the shot. We'll give him an overtime. Just go out there, do your best.
Well, he has to realize that, though. Remember, he has.
But
to
that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
It's not a '90s movie if you don't have that contrast.
You gotta have the learning moment in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Dang it.
I'm looking forward to Knuckle Puck next time. You know what, everybody?
The Knuckle
What's up,
Puck's
little
gonna be
Knuckle
good.
Puck?
Yeah, that's Chris or
The Bash Brothers.
If that's a real Nathan Travis. If that's a real move.
I think so. I think Travis said something in either my chat or with.
It's a real move. It's just not in hockey.
The flying V, like how that's apparently not legal or something.
No, actually, I'd have to talk to him about that because I've seen videos of it on. I've seen the V today, and I looked up videos on it.
I was gonna say because watching it here, like it's not offsides because they get the puck to the front man before they cross the blue line. So how's that offsides, Travis?
I love the figure skater. I just love how she's out there just spinning around figure skating and shit. And then they give her the puck, she slaps it. I'm like, how nobody had
that was
anything.
cool.
I was like, yeah.
I did like
out there.
I did like Bombay's move of putting Fulton out there shooting before the game and how powerful he was.
Yeah.
So that when
putting holes in the nets. Knocking
was,
people back into it.
He was he was taking his cue from Little Giants, intimidation.
Yeah,
that's another great movie. That one and Big Green.
Mm-hmm.
Just get the whole gambit of football, soccer, and hockey.
Soccer, that's not my thing.
You know, another good one, Camp Nowhere.
Oh, I love Camp Nowhere. Love that movie.
I think it's also on the Plus.
Do a show an old retro.
It is. I watched that not too long ago. Actually, last year.
Good old.
That's one of those ones I'll go back to. It's like that was a guilty pleasure of mine. I'll watch it randomly.
I remember watching that a ton when I was a kid.
Yep.
Here, I think I've covered everything I had in my notes, y'all.
That's it.
Look at that. We're very efficient tonight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just talking about a movie we saw 30 years ago. You know, it's we got a lot to say, I'm sure. Yeah.
When you say it like that, it has been almost oh God.
I know.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, we're trying to think about that. Okay, trying to think about that, but we are going to keep covering the Mighty Ducks. I think we're going to stagger this one with the Monsters movies because it works out kind of perfectly. How in the same month we're going to get Kong vs. Godzilla, the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, and Zack Snyder Justice League, all back to back to back. So it's going to be March is going to be an interesting month. I'm excited for it, but we'll be covering all these movies leading up to there. And likewise with the Monsters movies. And then afterwards we have the voting is over. And I guess the next series we're covering after we get these done is going to be the Dark Knight trilogy.
Ooh.
So we put the poll out there and then
twist my arm.
Yeah, that's the one that won. So darn, I hate that. Yeah, exactly. No problem with that. So that's months.
No, please don't do that.
Right.
No.
I think I'll be on for that episode. We'll see.
I'm sure you'll probably find a way to get on here. Oh yeah.
Well, I'm able to do every third week because of my work schedule. So
Joe and Greg, and I know Travis. So what I heard earlier is that I think very soon we have a very exclusive Patreon episode covering Beast Wars because I like that we was all so excited. We need to get a Beast Wars. We need to get a Patreon episode. Chris, you and I need to get some gargoyles going on out there. We can cover gargoyles.
Nathan, start up Beast Wars Alliance. Start it up, man. Yeah.
Well, we gotta get the Ultimate Alliance OnlyFans going first, and then we'll work on all that other stuff. We gotta get the OnlyFans.
He's gonna keep on saying that and make it happen himself. It's gonna be like just Nathan. Just gonna be like Nathan on it.
It's just gonna be me. Hey guys, I'm just saying, I'm a whore for money. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Aren't we
he
all?
Can play multiple roles. He could probably have a conversation with himself with different voices, and you would listen to it as well.
All right. Wow. It's gonna be weird.
Gonna be
weird there.
It's already weird.
Sorry, guys. Whatever.
All right. Anyway, that's all we got tonight, y'all. Finished up Mighty Ducks, talked about the news, talked about WandaVision. We've been talking for a while. It's a good show. Y'all ready to get out of here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I'm usually in bed, 2 hours ago.
I hear.
I hear you.
Well, I
I don't have to, I
Sacrifice
don't have
and
to
joy
work
us,
tomorrow.
so-
I do not have to work tomorrow. So
Well, there you
good.
go.
Either.
There you go. Good deal. Well, Joe, where can they find you, buddy?
You can find me on Twitter at _actually_, and
You
you can
gotta
find my
change this shit.
I'm never changing it.
It drives me insane every time.
You can also find my show, Comic Book Rundown, on Twitter at Comic Rundown, on Instagram at Comic Book Rundown. And then I'm also part of the Ranger Alliance, which Clay has just finally changed the Twitter handle. Thank God. It's now at Ranger Alliance, but the E in Alliance is a 3.
Guys, Luthor versus Doom. Who wins? Quick. I know we're wrapping up. Impromptu
Luthor
poll,
versus
guys.
Doom. What did
Yes,
Dr. Doom?
Dr. Doom. Who do you think wins? Battle suit versus armor. Like,
Oh,
well, just
Battlestar?
let him go.
I still think
Lex
Doom
with the
wins.
battle suit.
I still think Doom
Lex.
wins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doom.
Ooh, I think. Ooh, okay. See, I'm torn. All right, but we
And
can move
Nathan
on.
ends
gonna
the
say
show.
Lex.
Nathan ends the show with the question of the week, and I'm going to post
Yeah.
that, and we're going to see
Yeah.
people vote on that. Who wins
Yes.
between a fight, Dr. Doom
Yes.
or Lex?
Or Lex Luthor with
All
his
right.
battle suit. Like,
Be
he's
out there.
got to be able. It's got to be a fair fight because Doom
Gene
always wears his
Hackman in
armor.
a battle suit.
That'd
Yes.
be fun to see.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
like
it's gonna be Jesse Eisenberg. Only it's gonna be Jor-El's armor from the Kryptonian scene, only formatted for Luthor, and that's how he's gonna get the battle armor in Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm calling that shit now. It's gonna be the Kryptonian armor that Luthor refashions into his armor. Because remember Jor-El suiting
I'll
up
take
to
it.
like protect Lara and Clark before he gets sent off, and the shit just drops on him. He's all armored up. That's
Mhm.
how Lex is getting his battle suit.
I'll buy that.
That's
I'd watch
assuming
it.
there's a battle suit in the.
Shh, there's a battle suit.
Okay.
No.
Scout ship. All right, Nathan, where can they find you if they want to?
Here,
Now,
you can
right?
find me here on Friday nights when we go live, and you can find myself and Katie. I think we're sticking to the Sunday morning. It's my 9 o'clock my time when we start, 10 o'clock her time. So what was it? 10 o'clock your guys' time. What was that?
Correct.
Central? Yeah.
Eastern.
So the 10 Sunday mornings, every other week's 10 Central, 9
Eastern.
my time. Yeah. And Mountain Time and Island Time, I don't fucking know. I'm
Whatever
sorry.
time. Time's
Right,
relevant.
but yeah, we're doing them on every other Sunday morning. And there was just a miscommunication last weekend. I thought she was doing the interview thing for the show. She still wanted to cover the book. Either way, Taylor filled in for me, so I greatly appreciate that, Taylor. If you're happening to listen to this, thank you very much. But yeah, you can find me there in the chat rooms on those two places. If not, send an email to one of the shows or something like that to get a hold of me.
Chris, what's you, buddy? Where can we find you?
How about Clancy Brown in the mech suit? The voice of Lex Luthor.
He is my Luthor. When I read Luthor, that's what I hear. So
What about
I'm all
Michael
for that.
Rosenbaum?
Eh.
Clancy Brown wins on the voice.
Clancy Brown would be better. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Love Clancy Brown.
I don't like him bald. I like him as the Flash better. He's my Flash.
Fair.
And
That's fair.
yep, sorry, squirrel. You
No,
can
you
find
good.
me on Twitter at Chris Balga, World's Finest True Believers at Finest Believers, and Marvel Lines at Marvel A Podcast. So retro dropping this week for World's Finest.
Good deal. Check it out. Great shows. You can find me at the BatDaddy52 on Twitter.
Storm Shadow versus Deathstroke. Who we got?
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
That's me too. Right on. I just make sure we're all on the same page, guys.
100%,
That's it, guys. I got no more.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, just check it out at the BatDaddy52. You can find all the shows I'm on with my handle, Geek Open Alliance Network, C3 Panthers Podcast, all over the place. Fun stuff. Thank you for listening, folks. Check out all the other shows on the network. Like, subscribe, share, give us a review, all that good stuff. It helps the network grow. And for everybody who's involved now, I appreciate it. Fellas, thank y'all so much. Been a wonderful evening. And until
Thanks,
next
guys.
week, keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
That's right.